All right. I guess just tell me a little bit about why you decided to run again.
Well, I've been in office now, Chrissy, for 8 years, and and I get the most satisfaction out of helping people locally. When I help schools and libraries and volunteer fire departments and senior services and all the other things, the education programs and kids. That's why I really run.
And is there anything you'd like to see, I guess, in the state on the state level change coming up? Because I know there are a lot of issues. The right to work was a big issue when you guys last session, and just talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd like to see us roll back the repeal on prevailing wage. I think any time that you cut people's wages, and especially local workers, these are the guys and gals that live in our community, that buy houses in our community, pay local property taxes, pay state of West Virginia taxes, coach our baseball teams and other athletic teams, attend our churches, build our schools. And now what we've done is basically said, we're going to bring in undocumented workers with the right to work law. And we're going to take those jobs from our local workers.
And is there any other big issues that you see in the future here coming up, or something?
Yeah, I would imagine what they'll try to do is throw forced pooling back into the mix. And again, I'm against forced pooling. It's your property, and I don't think anyone can impose or has the right to impose the right that you have to lease or sell your land to anyone. Also, what they tried to do last year, and it got beaten down in the Senate because there was such a public outcry, was basically a trespassing bill where anybody could come onto your property unannounced and survey or do whatever they wanted to do.
And as a Democrat, do you think it's important that the Democrats get the control back into the House, or do you think that that's even an issue, or you guys need to work together, or what?
Yeah, there's no question about rank has its privileges, Chrissy, and the party that's in power sets the agenda. And as a Democrat, we were in leadership for 6 years, and we set the agenda. And now with the Republican, and actually I think it's the radical Republican fringe of this party, they've set the agenda, and it would take full implementation of the Senate and the House for the Democrats to get anything changed.
And if people don't know, I guess just tell us a little bit about yourself so that people know when they go to the ballot.
Well, I'm a local guy, and people say, how's the campaign going, Mike? And I tell people, you campaign every day of your life. If you see me, I operate on an even keel. I'm everywhere. I support things locally. I buy my vehicles locally. I shop, my grocery shop locally. I've gone to school here in Marshall County. My wife, my kids, they've all attended public school. I'm a retired school teacher, 35-year teacher at Sherrard Junior High. I've been retired 8 years, and I still substitute teach. So I still have an impact on education and kids. I coached for 41 years in Marshall County. So I'm just a local boy, and I just do things every day.
And that's one thing you mentioned, education's as a teacher, education's been a big issue for West Virginia. Talk to me a little bit about what you think about that.
Yeah, and one of the other things that they try to do, in fact, it started in 2013, they tried to implement charter schools. And certainly we as public educators don't want charter schools to come in, because what it does, it just provides a private entity to come in and try to make some money on the backs of our local boards of education. And what they also did too was they implemented alternative certification for teachers. So you could basically come in with a college degree and in 3 weeks take an online course and become a teacher because you have a passion to teach. And I know what I had to do, and I know that your father was also a teacher, and what he had to do in order to be certified and all the different things that we had to do, and I certainly am against that. I could listen to some alternative certification proposals, but not one that you can get your teaching certificate in 3 weeks.
And as far as when people go up to the ballot, anything you want them to know when they go up to the ballot here on Tuesday, or if they're early voting?
I think they just need to know that for the last 8 years, the only promises I've made and I've kept, my door's always open in Charleston. I answer my telephone or I return phone calls. I'm accessible. They know where I live. And like I said, I'm just a local guy, and I get back to people. I don't make any promises I can't keep, because it's you can't say I'm going to create jobs or I'm going to lower taxes. Though those are false things that a lot of politicians say. But I think if we work together, because I'm just one vote, but if we all work together on things, that we can get things done. Compromise is the name of the game, and I wish we had more of that right now in Charleston.